tripping? I'm tripping. There's a reason why you guys are muted. Well, at least for me. I am just vibing right now. I am not looking at chat. I am just vibing. I'm gonna see how long it can last in here until I get bored. What? Should I? No. Mm, yeah, the stock matters. Yeah, the stock definitely matters. Oh my god, the stock matters. What about this? Oh my god, that sounded so good. Oh my god, the stock matters. Oh my god, the stock fucking matters. I'm so shocked. It's so accurate, bro. I don't even have to, like, I can just literally move in a line. So fucking accurate, dude. No, no, no. Oh my god, that's fucking insane. Oh, I need another second. Whoa! Where is that ink going? What? I use 8 there? What? I didn't reload. Zumba. That's interesting with Pathy. Wait a second. Does that work for every gun? No way it works for every gun, right? Alright, let's try this. Oh wait, I got stuck there. That didn't. Oh, excuse me. It didn't count. What? I didn't do it right. Fuck. I didn't do it right again. Fuck. No, it doesn't. But why? Why is that? Mm, my nail's dirty. One second. fucking range and I had this thing off. Damn, I was doing some insane fucking practicing. Whatever. Maybe next time.
Me tienes el bicho ansioso. Hey, hey, quédate en cuatro, que se ve precioso. Ese culito es un tramposo. Hey, sobre una iglesia, mambo religioso. Exquisito, delicioso. No le come ni reposo.
Damn, I was just jamming. Oh, look at that. R9 is the only gun. So crazy. Wait, what? Big shot. It's all body here. One headshot. Let that shit go. Why do you hit a 9? It does solo. Hold up.
I'm out of heavy ammo.
I hate missing like that. Dude. I'll be right back. But oh, nice.
Do you think it's still a like a street work culture right now?
Yes.
I don't think that's it anymore. I think it's
No.
done. I think it's
No,
dead.
for sure it's not.
You think it's nah,
Yes, bro.
fam.
It's because you're not
I'm telling you, in a year, maybe a year and a half, street work culture is dead.
No, it's never gonna be dead, fam. Because
I
it's
think
always
it's
gonna be
dead,
another
though.
one, another one. Trust me, fam. Like
Maybe
we're-
I'm being a hater. Maybe I'm being a
yeah,
hater.
no, I get it though. Because I would say like I would say the exact same thing for Gorpcore. That
Yeah.
shit might be dead. But no, I'm not tapped into that like how I am tapped into that.
What do you mean gorecore? What are you talking about?
But the Gorpcore, the like Archaeteric shit, like I would say,
Oh,
yeah.
Techwear?
Yeah, I would say, oh yeah, that's dead in a few years. But maybe people who do Gorpcore.
No, what I'm saying
Yeah.
is the idea of spending thousands of dollars for pieces, $500 for a piece. I think that's done.
No, I don't think so, fam.
don't think it's done?
Archive? No, I think Archive is the thing that will save it.
Nah, mans are waking up.
No.
Mans are waking up.
Because I feel like
It's done, fam.
right now, instead of stocks, bro, I'm gonna just buy all the grilled pieces. So once that becomes popular again, boom, they want the certain jeans that were popularized back then. I'm gonna sell that for more. You feel me? Trust me, those guys that do Archive and have Archive clothes are like.
I'm not saying
investment.
fashion is dead. I'm not saying
Yeah.
that. I'm saying the idea of you can only get this look from this brand, and then you have to spend $1,000 for that shit. This was gonna happen.
Yeah.
This was gonna happen. Everything is getting replicated so fast, right?
Facts.
Fam, you don't think H&M's gonna pick up to speed, and then right when Hysteria comes out with some shit, they're gonna drop H&M version? Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Look at Shein. Shein already took that over. Look at
already doing that, yeah.
Fashion Nova, that shit already took it over. You know what I mean? You want the look down, they got it for you, less of a price. Boom.
Yeah, I guess in that way. Yo, you know what's crazy?
What?
Winners is now selling things. It says Pretty Boys versus Pretty Boys. I'm
What do you
like,
mean, Pretty Boys?
Like
Oh,
a
your
t-shirt.
brand?
Yeah, I was like, it said Pretty Boys versus Pretty Boys. I'm like, that's kind of weird. Like, I feel like my brand is gonna blow soon just because I fit the agenda. But I'm not gonna talk about.
Because you fit the agenda.
No, I'm not gonna talk about that much. I'm not gonna talk about it.
What do you fit the agenda?
Like Pretty Boy, like the Pretty Boy agenda. Like
Yeah.
I'm not gonna talk about it more. Like we'll do another extend podcast. I'll tell you like more deep of it. But I feel like
what do you mean by fit the like you fit the system?
No, I feel like the agenda they're trying to push. Because I don't want to get too deep in it.
Yeah.
All I'm gonna say is this: Uzi, yeah,
can say it.
he wore a they them shirt. You
Yeah.
feel me? It's like more. I feel like they're pushing more of like a lot of guys now, like Lil Yachty.
Yeah,
What
yeah.
did they push? He has a nail polish brand now, right? I'm
Oh, it's more feminine.
yeah, I'm advertising Pretty Boy, like Pretty Boy. It's like that's the thing. So I feel like I can kind of fit myself into that
Yeah.
agenda where they'll push it just because it's like, okay, Gavin, fuck yeah, you're doing what we want.
Okay, I want to talk about Addison Rae real quick.
Okay.
Did you see Addison Rae got canceled for wearing that one brand? It's like Father, Son, Holy Spirit, and it was like on her titties.
Oh my god,
You see
know
that? She wore a bikini. She was getting canceled. I don't know if it's a big deal now.
Yeah.
But at the time, everyone was like, "What the fuck? Why are you
That's
wearing that?"
fuck.
Shit?
Why
So
would
it said Father, Son, and then Holy Spirit like on her peck.
That's so stupid, fam. Like she actually wore that.
Yeah, she wore it
Where
because
did she
it's
wear
like
it
a
to?
fashion brand.
Ew, bro.
Yeah, she just wore it on a photo shoot. I think she posted on Instagram or something. But she was getting canceled for it. Okay, but the thing is though, here's the debate. People are saying if it was anybody else, would they still get canceled? But it's Addison Rae because it's Addison Rae. She has the fans.
No, for sure. That whole brand should have been canceled for doing that.
Yeah, okay,
Holy Spirit
true,
is
true.
crazy.
Yeah, no, that's true. That's true. I
wild.
agree still.
That's like the biggest face palm. But like, even if a nobody will wear that and you see that person on the street, you would be like, oh, what are you doing that for?
Yeah, but you wouldn't.
You're
like,
not getting canceled for it.
true.
Just
That's
obviously, if you're in the limelight all the time, you should be aware of what you're wearing, fam.
That's true still. Actually, you're right. I
You
maybe
feel
I don't
me?
think about it that much
Yeah.
anymore. Because no cap, like when I'm out, I don't think about, oh shit, I shouldn't do this. I might get
Yeah.
canceled. I don't think like that.
Facts.
So don't catch me slipping.
No, me, everyone's
You
caught,
think?
No, everyone's caught me wearing bummy clothes. Like whenever I'm out, I usually just go in my casual clothes. I'm not in a fit, right?
Yeah.
And everyone I've taken pictures with, I'm always in some bummy fit. I'm like, shit, man, you couldn't caught me in the worst time.
See, in my opinion, I think the people that get canceled deserve to be canceled when they get caught slipping like as their regular self. But
Okay.
if they're playing a character,
Yeah.
feel me? If they're doing like for a joke, a comedy skit, whatever, they're saying some, I guess like I don't know, offensive content, but it's a skit. I don't think it's a big deal. But it's a big deal. It's a big deal when they believe it themselves and they get canceled. Like they just
get
get caught
canceled.
lacking. They get
Yeah.
caught lacking.
Yeah, that
like
makes
the
sense.
PewDiePie one.
Yeah, for
the
sure.
PewDiePie one was crazy, bro.
Because you're self-aware that you did that.
When PewDiePie said the N-word, felt, oh my god.
Shit went below.
That was crazy. Nah, PewDiePie was literally playing the game, fam.
Yeah.
He was just playing the game. And like, oh, you. And he,
Yeah,
and
that
he's
was
like,
wild.
And right after he said it, he's like, oh, I didn't mean it like that.
Like, come on. Like, come
I
on,
didn't mean
bro.
it like that.
4K, fam.
Yeah. So when it's something like that, I still love PewDiePie. Feel
Yeah.
me? I still love PewDiePie. But that's a little bit, you know what I mean?
Did he apologize for that? I don't know the whole story.
Of course.
Yeah.
You apologize for it.
Okay, I want to get your thoughts on this because everyone's starting to kind of hate Janet McCartney because
Why?
of her new book she dropped.
What's a
So
book?
literally, her whole book was I think it was titled "Why I Hate My Mom" or some shit like that.
Why I hate my mom?
Yeah, and the whole book was talking about how she hated Ariana Grande.
Why?
So I think you know how they're partners, right?
Yeah.
And so she was signed to the same I think
Like Nickelodeon.
Nickelodeon, and Nickelodeon promised her to make her own individual show.
Oh,
Right.
but it was.
But then they were like, scratch that. We have Ariana Grande now, and
Yeah.
let's make Sam and Cat, right? So now she's like, fuck, okay, I'm getting all these big movie deals, all these big ad deals. And Nickelodeon's like, nah, you're not allowed to do that because you have to focus on work, right? But when Ariana asked for time off, like a concert,
Yeah.
Nickelodeon, go ahead. Do all that.
Word,
But here's the
really?
tricky part.
Yeah.
She's like, I think she like straight up said, I hated Ariana because I kept comparing my fame to her. Because when she was struggling with money and shit like that, she was like bragging about all her fame, how she was at Tom Hanks' place.
Oh, while she was
struggling
struggling.
to pay rent, fam.
But
So,
that's her own fault in a
yeah.
sense, you know what I mean?
Is that wrong though? That because me personally, I would blame the organization, not Ariana.
Dog, okay, at the end of the day, here's the thing, right? What do I always preach on the podcast? There's certain things that you can control and things that you can't control.
Yeah.
Right? If your organization tells you, okay, you can't do this shit, go ahead, ask them again. You know what I mean? Try to find a way to finesse it out. If you really still can't do it, find another option.
Yeah.
If not, fam, then it's all on you. Like, do you want to stay in that? If you want, and that's the reality that to stay in. So it's really like, are you gonna thug it out and then eat an L?
Yeah.
Or are you gonna find something else and then risk that though for a better?
Yeah, I don't think she did that. That's why she fucked up. Because like I think even it got so crazy. Like when Ariana was like at the concerts,
Yeah.
the writers wrote shows so she wouldn't even have to be in the picture, so she can still voice record it. So there was one episode where she was in a box for the whole episode, so she wasn't seeing the whole episode.
Oh, and it was just her voice.
It was just her voice, but they did that so she can do other stuff.
wow.
But Janet, she
Yeah.
got no time off, fam.
Damn.
She was like, fuck Ariana. She made me like talk to a box the whole time. That's fucked up.
yeah, but at the same time, like you signed up for that shit.
No, okay, that's unfair. To me, that's unfair.
Okay, it's unfair, but like if you sign a contract and then that's an agreement, you sign yourself to that shit, in my opinion. As terrible as it is, like these are the guidelines, right? Let's say you sign a contract, these are the guidelines they're in. You know what I mean? Anything goes within that section.
Yeah.
Like they can tell you fucking put poo on your head and you have to do
I
it.
know. I hate contracts like that, bro.
Exactly. So you have to do that shit. If you want something else, go leave.
Yeah.
But that's the reality of it. Look, Gavin, that's just like a relationship. Let's say you're with a girl and then she's like super famous and she has to be around, she has to be kissing guys on movies. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
She has to be she's, like getting fucked by guys on a movie, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like sex scenes and shit.
Yeah.
You have to thug it out
Yeah.
or find someone better then.
Yo, that's so crazy because I actually had a conversation with my friend about that.
Yeah.
Who has a boyfriend? It was like, yo, if your boyfriend, because he's an actor, I was like, yo, if your boyfriend had a role in and he had to kiss another girl, there was a sex scene.
Yeah.
But they weren't fucking. They were just kissing. She's like, no, I wouldn't allow that. I wouldn't allow that. I'm like, bro,
Really?
That's his job. You feel me? So
yeah,
it's like,
but you have to thug it out.
and
If
it's-
not, find
yeah,
something better.
Exactly. Like I would let my girl do that just because it's thing. Probably not the fucking part. That's kind of crazy.
No, but like that's for an example. If the studio says, "Yo, there's a sex scene in this," then you have to do it.
Oh, that's wild.
Then you have to do it, no?
Yeah, that's crazy.
So you have to do that shit. Look. I think the problem is people want something but don't want the cons that come with it.
Yeah, that is true.
So let's say, but would you say every single good thing in life has a bad side to it though?
Yeah, I think that's literally life in general. Like you think it's a good thing, but nah, bad thing comes right after. Like what was an example of that?
Literally anything. Look, you can say $1 million is a bad thing.
Yeah.
You can always look at something from a good light or a bad light. Look, $1 million, you want $1 million, but now everybody's gonna be asking you for money.
That's true.
Now your friends are gonna look at you differently.
Ooh.
Now you're gonna have to pay more taxes. You know what I mean? Like this.
Yeah. Fuck, that's true.
That's exactly how it goes. And I think the more you move through life with just thinking, oh, this is the negative side of it all the time, then your life's gonna be whole negative.
Yeah. Yeah.
the rest of your life, how are you gonna move through?
Yeah, it's really the mindset. I think I saw this TikTok. It was like, if you want to make more money but you have a broke mindset, that shit will never work. Because money is like energy that flows. Once you like enjoy and start enjoying, then it'll come. You
Yeah,
know?
yeah.
And start having fun.
Yeah, it's literally just manifest. Okay, I have a theory.
Yeah.
Theory. This blew my mind last night because I was thinking about it like 2 a.m. Look.
Okay.
So I have this theory, right? That you know how NASA, they say the universe is always expanding
Okay.
and it's actually increasing speed as it expands, right?
Yeah.
And you know how manifestation is a real thing? The CIA has documents that manifestation actually works, right?
Oh, they have documents?
There's real documents, CIA documents that
Like, what, people
manifestation.
wrote it down and then like,
They did a real study. Manifestation actually works. Now listen.
shit.
What if manifestation creates other realities in our universe?
Yeah.
Listen, other realities in our universe. Let's say you manifested to be a pro hockey player. Boom, there's a universe where Gavin's a pro hockey player, but also there's a universe where he isn't.
Yeah.
So maybe that's why.
I'm out of light ammo.
What the?
I'm out of light ammo.
Whoa. Wait, I wonder how I do this. Is it this finger?
Here I go.
Oh my god, bro, my brain can't process this.
I'm out of light ammo. I'm out of light ammo.
I think I feel warmed up a little bit. Mm.
I move a lot quicker than I look, don't I?
Some animals crawl off to die alone. But what a pity it would be not to witness this.
I was born ready, so I don't know what not ready is.
All right, I'm gonna be honest. I'm afraid. I'm really afraid. I'm just kidding. Nothing scares me.
I just polished my grapple.
Introducing your champion.
I wish all of you could fight tomorrow too, but you'll be dead. I'm the jump master. I won't let you down,
on it.
except by
I
falling.
want to be Jump Master.
Oh yeah, master of the jump right here. Follow the leader.
Ugh.
Launching to a new angle. Champion's dead.
Attention.
I assume they were good at something, just not this. First blood. That's one way to find out you're the brave.
Using grapple.
Oh boy,
Backpack here. Level 2. Rings far with 45 seconds to go.
Whoa, those guys just landed on all the loot. Insane.
Evo shield here. Level 2.
I need it. Using grapple. Wingman here. Optics here. Close range. Contact.
And bam goes the boozle. Ha! Oh boy.
Shot at. Crack the target shield. Reloading.
Keep eyes on the new kill leader. The enemies are shooting at me.
Look for the decoy. Wait, how do I know I'm not the decoy? Exist.
Care package being delivered.
Shatter the prey shield.
Throwing Arcstar.
Reloading.
Arcstar.
Team fire.
Arcstar out. Bam! To the... I'm running out of ideas.
We just eliminated the whole squad. Exciting.
Beautiful work. Beautiful.
Medkit here.
Watch my back. I'm healing.
Kill leader eliminated.
No, why did I dead slide there? Oh, they came from this way. They did bad looting.
Wingman here.
Oh.
Grappling. Line deployed.
Attention. There is a new kill leader.
Kill leader. Soon to be me. Oh, broken enemy shield. Got one spot. Reload. Dupes to the rescue.
Reloading.
Reloading.
Fall.
Fire, friends. Giving my shields a recharge.
Acid squads are worm food.
Contact.
Broken. Getting shot at.
Need a new angle on this.
Gonna check out this area.
Taking fire. Shattered the prey's shield. Reloading. Took down some prey.
Got one here.
Reloading.
Cracked an enemy shield. I am taking shots.
I've got you. Don't worry. Aquí, over here.
That one hurt. The one fucking gun I didn't practice with, dude. The one fucking gun I didn't practice with is the gun I picked up. Actually, the two guns.
I love shooting. I don't love killing. I understand the conflict and I'm fine with it.
I just polished my grapple.
Let's make those drop kicks crab their dacks.
This is your champion.
There's a prime spot for mayhem. How's the Serenity?
Honestly, I might hit the left side. I think we smoked them to it. Havoc, did you see one? I just found a turbo.
First blood.
Attention.
Someone's being a rascal.
Kill leader.
Keep eyes on the new kill lead. Here I go.
Round one. Begin countdown.
I've got an Evo shield here. It's cool. Level 2.
Hands off. That's a Prezi for Fusey.
Getting shot at. Reload. Down to mark. I cracked
Pulling
the
up.
target's shield. That's another of my prey. Reloading.
I can
Close to me.
Cracked an
hold the door.
Reloading. We put down the last of that squad.
recharging
Shotgun
shield.
bomb here. Level 3.
That was great. Let's do it again. Recharging my shield.
Evo shield here. Level 2.
Warning. In progress.
Recharging shield.
Knuckle cluster.
Champions out.
Using grapple. Fire, friends. Giving my shields a recharge.
Gotta keep
Shield.
That's another one down.
Right here.
Cracked in enemy here.
Took out an enemy.
Hell of a kill. That was the last
New
one in the
kill
squad.
leader appointed.
Check it out, fellas. New kill leader right here.
Shield cell here.
I need to step it up, dude.
Half the squads have survived, despite their best efforts. Recharging my shield.
Healing. I'll walk it off.
Recharging shields.
Gotta hop up here.
I'm debating that. I'm like, is there enough energy ammo in here for that?
Setting up a zipline. Here I go. Extended light mag here. Level 3. Heavy ammo here. Wingman. Gotta hop up here. Boosted loader. Havoc here.
Helmet here. Level 2. This thing's getting in the way of my headshot.
We ought to go here.
Traveling.
Medkit here.
Oh shit, someone close.
Using grapple.
Enemy
Grappled over here. Crack that guy.
Point, smoke here.
Hostile close.
I cracked a target shield. Here's strike. Find some cover. Down to mark.
Reloading.
Catch some prey.
Recharging.
I cracked a target shield.
Using grapple.
Took down some prey. Reloading.
Enemy down.
We killed the last.
Recharging shield.
Bolt here. Taking fire, friends. Recharging shields.
On the way.
Drawing high with that shiny tag on you.
Broke that enemy shield. Showing us who's happy. Reloading.
Prey spotted.
I am repairing myself.
Yeah, we got one by us, killer.
Airstrike set to drop on us.
Setting up a zipline.
Ulted him.
Stand back. Knuckle cluster spotted.
So the Raleigh is up here.
Recharging my shields.
Enemy down.
I'm taking the shit out of this ash up here.
Taking fire. I cracked a target shield. Down. Spark right here.
Grappling.
It won't let me climb it. This game's garbage. That's my arc, you're good. I'm breaking that for you.
That kill was bad.
Heal up, Pat, I got you.
Yeah, I'm stuck.
Broke that enemy shield. Reloading. Juicy as shit.
Grappling.
Prey here.
Try to get out.
Recharging shields. Deathbox here. Repairing.
Deploying your knuckle cluster.
It's only one.
Another zip line.
Recharging shield.
Using grapple.
Recharging my shield.
Med kit here.
Enemy here.
Phoenix kit here.
Joker's shooting at me. Knuckle cluster out.
Crack out. Thermite out.
Cracked an enemy shield. Reloading.
Gotta fall back.
Bagged another of my prey.
The team behind, team behind, team behind.
Fire.
Being shot at. Cracked an
Got
I
him.
missed a swap twice, dude.
Put down.
Recharging my shields.
I missed a swap twice, dude.
Anybody got a bat? I have to slow heal.
Let's move this way.
Juicing me shields.
Shield battery here. 10 seconds, but the ring's near.
Grappling.
I
The
had
ring's moving,
that, bro. I missed a swap like 3 times, dude. So bad.
Zipline deployed.
Attention. Delivering care package.
Care package coming down. Replenish the source.
Grappling.
Echo's picked a sweet angle. Moving.
Round 3. Beginning ring countdown.
Contact with target.
I think I saw him on the jump tower. Yeah, I got him. I'm taking him 20 red. Rampage and the thing.
They're hitting me. Recharging shield.
Recharging shield. Enemy spotted.
Got a tag on him. Shattered the praise shield.
They're on the ship. I just saw Watson, I think.
Stand back. Knuckle cluster's firing.
Broke his fence.
Being shot at. Recharging me shields.
They're shooting at me. Who's ready to fly on a zip line? I am. Giving my shields a recharge.
Serving him a knuckle sandwich. Knuckle cluster out.
I think it just jumped off. It did.
Strongbow over there. Lucky me.
Here comes another EMP, I think.
Recharging shield.
Gotta clown that away.
Getting shot at.
You're welcome. I love you too.
Recharging my shield.
Let's go this way.
Already in the next ring. Take a break if you're old.
Hostile over there.
Let's moving to Echo for a better angle.
Hostile right here.
Getting shot at. Take him down.
Yo, is that kid alone over there?
Hey, right here.
Broke that enemy shield. Throw it on yourself. Use a grapple.
Yo, over here on me. It's a Watson. I got her low. Nice. It's 2v2. Watson, gotta die to zone.
Enemy
We lose this with cheese that low.
You are the Apex Champions.
Have a good day, dude. Five, 5. Good luck. Why did he go through the middle? Why did I go around? Wonder if you could trim. Give me a second. I'm doing something. That's good. Wonder if you could. Yes, there it is. Interesting. What's sound sync? Interesting.
Today smells like victory. I love pretending to smell. Sniff, sniff.
Midday, all good with me.
That's how you add sound.
Swimming in stim and ready to win.
Introducing your champion.
When this is over, they're all gonna know the name. Gibraltar.
I'm the jump master. I won't let you down. Except by falling.
Good, I'm the jump master.
Eeny, meeny, miny. How about there? I love this part! Ha!
First blood on the enemy. Enemy landed near me. Please respect my personal space. Materials here.
My gun got out. Why?
You're gonna have to move at my speed to make the next ring.
Let's have fun, friend.
Spent gunpowder. Smells like victory.
Did you know that humans are the only animal that can blush? But what's the point?
Introducing your champion.
If you're not hunting, you're being hunted.
Prove your strength before we go.
No.
Hold on tight. It's time to drop, shock, and rock.
Where the fuck are we going?
Safety's off.
Well, that's an 18 point.
Enemy landed near
Hell
me.
no.
Do you think they want to be my friend?
Taking fire.
Cracked an enemy. Eating lead. Spotted. I'm down. That's on me.
Fucking gun,
Pop and
dude.
broke.
Round 1. Beginning ring countdown.
Reloading. Down to target.
Nice knock.
Spotted. Double timing it. 45 seconds. Ring ain't far.
Blood.
First blood. FNGs always go first. Smoke out. Awesome. Taking fire. 3-0. Close.
Yo, where's the audio?
Patching up. Death box here. Not too far from ring. Got 10. Done. Ring's moving. Reloading. Giving him the chimney. New kill leader. Watch your 6. I broke enemy.
Dude. Dude. Can you add like multiple sounds? Sure this. Be smurfing. Are you smart? Or are you just that good? You never know. Nice. Get my re, get my re, get my re, get my re, get my re. I stuck on?
Reloading. That was
Repairing.
giving him the chip.
Using grapple. I'm repairing myself.
Taking a knee. Patching up. Let's reload. Let's go this way.
What the fuck is this?
Healing. Watch my back. Evo shield here. Level 3. Eyes up. Incoming replicator.
Repairing.
Taking a minute.
I got 112 damage.
Repairing my damages. Who's ready to fly on a zip line? I am. I am repairing myself.
Healing. Watch my back.
I am repairing myself. One minute before the ring cut time.
Rings next door. 45. Ring ain't far. Half of one. Enemy spotted. Near me.
Making contact with enemy.
Heard that. Got a live one out there.
The ring's close. 10 seconds.
Shield battery here.
I am taking fire, friends. Might be something good this way.
Eating leg. Give my shield
Target
a
over
recharge.
there. My ultimate is ready. The enemies are shooting at me.
Got a live one out there.
Using my Phoenix kit.
Care package incoming. Let's get to the LZ. Come on in. Old Painless is waiting.
Here I go. Who's ready to fly on a zip line? I am.
Only 2 enemies. Throwing Arc Star. Arc Star out. Put the leg. Take fire. Look, enemy shield. Shield. Tango down.
I killed an enemy.
Have an extending. Healing. Watch my back. Look out. Give me a sec. Recharging
Evo
shield.
shield here. Level 5. Grenade, watch out.
Healing.
To kill us. There's another squad. Recharging shield.
only counts when it matters. Oh my god, that was so terrible.
You are the Apex Champions.
Fucking thing is it called? What is it? The next adventure.
The girl with a cold hard cash is always Miss Right.
Excellent. Time to destroy more opponents.
This is your champion.
This is awesome. I'm the Jump Master.
I'm the Jump Master. Don't worry, I'll take care of you.
I'm the Jump Master. Jump this way.
I'm the Jump Master. Don't be afraid, just close your eyes and lean in. Remember, eyes on the prize. Attention, first blood.
First blood on the enemy.
Round 1, beginning ring countdown.
Gotta hop up here. Boosted loader.
Throwing jump drive.
I've got an Evo shield here. Cool. Level 2.
We have 45 seconds, and the next ring's right there. Just what I needed. We've got 30 seconds to get to the next ring. If you go down, I'm not carrying you. Jump drive in position.
Playing so like body right
The
now.
ring's close. 10 seconds. Cracking open this hole. Stand back.
Warning, ring movement in progress.
The ring's moving, friends.
Setting up shop.
Don't mind if I do. Nice choice. You've got good taste.
package on the way. I like the sound of that.
Let's go this way. My ultimate is ready. Woohoo!
Let's go here.
Line deployed. Target spotted.
There is a new kill leader.
Keep eyes on the new kill. We just eliminated the whole squad. Exciting.
Looks like you. I cracked an enemy shield. Throwing an arc star.
I have been down.
Reloading. Activating jump drive.
Did he just... Did he just leave me dirty? He left me dirty, dude.
This way. Let's go.
That was a Maggie, not even an Octane.
Shotgun ammo here.
Whatever. That man left me dirty, dude. It's life. On to the next match. What the fuck? Who's this?
This little viper's got her mom's fangs.
Who the fuck is that?
This little viper's got her. Prepared and ready.
I am ready. I hope you are too. Swimming in steam and ready to win.
This is your champion.
I'm the jump master. No pressure, me.
I'm the jump master. I'll cut us a path. Here we go. Ready up. Target spotted.
Careful. Hostile landed near me.
First blood.
Enemy shield broken.
First blood, and it's not us. Wonderful.
Reloading. I downed an enemy.
Must go.
Good. We're inside.
Wingman here. Recharging shields. contact with enemy.
Archers are out. Killed an enemy. Reloading.
New kill leader appointed.
Taking fire, friends. Watch out for the new kill leader, friend. Giving my shields a recharge. Hostile right here. Lucky us. We damage, friends. Shield. Making contact with enemy.
I'm good. Taking fire. Getting shot at. It's coming in. You're being aimed at.
Music's amazing to get yourself pumped up, especially polka.
I cannot wait to win this match, friend.
Time to dig up some gold. Introducing your champion. Eyes on the prize. I bet we'll find something good here.
Getting a fresh angle. Get back. I'm getting this hole open the old-fashioned way. Watch it. Cracking open this hole. Attention. New kill leader? Interesting. First blood. That was quick.
Next ring's far. Pull up your socks.
Contact with target.
Shattered the crazy.
Reloading.
Shield.
45 seconds. Taking fire.
Reloading.
Reloading.
We've got 30 seconds to be somewhere else.
The enemy.
Reloading. I'm to my back.
I'm healing. Recharging my shields.
Reloading.
Shops open. For VIPs only. Outside the ring is where the stupid die.
Contact with
Let's
hostile.
get inside.
Don't mind if I do.
Fire. Shatter the tank shield.
Recharging shields.
Recharging shield. Let's take this care package clean.
Cracked an enemy shield. Reloading.
Recharging my shields. I spy an enemy.
Frag out.
Down to flyer. Enemy here. Guys, watching this one.
I'm taking fire, friends. Reloading. Enemy down.
I grabbed one shield. Getting shot at. Took down the last of that squad. Nice and clean. Reloading.
Reloading. Giving my contact.
Taking fire. Shooting.
Hostile right here.
Light ammo.
Enemy down. Reloading.
Echo got an
Light
angle.
ammo here.
Moving there.
Recharging my shields.
Repairing my damages.
Recharging my shields.
Syringe here. Ready to fly on a zip line. I am.
Shops open for business.
Remember who hooked you up. I've got your back.
Hostile spotted.
You are coming
Forget that.
with me tonight.
Just try and hide with that shiny tag on you. Opening fire on our prey.
Enemy shield. Reload. Enemy taken down. Fire, friends.
Reloading. That was the end of that squad. I'm the new kill leader. I'd rather be looting, but
Recharging shields.
recharging shields.
Giving my shields a recharge.
Don't drive out. Current angle sucks. Switching it up. Recharging my shield.
Shield battery here. Hostile over there.
Thanks.
You're welcome. I love you too. Contact with hostile.
Tagged him. Opening fire on our prey. Half the squads are worm food.
New kill leader approaching.
Keep eyes on the new. Giving my shields a recharge. Arc star out. I am taking fire. Contact with hostile. We should go this way.
Taking fire. Enemy down. Reloading.
Round two.
Drop if you can.
Recharging
There's
shield.
behind you.
Countdown.
Stepping an enemy shield. They're shooting
anything.
Die later. Fight now. Recharging
Safer
my
res,
shields.
maybe.
Grenade out.
It's just the guy that
Activating
needs to
jump
right
drive.
now. Give me res, maybe.
Hold on, I need to heal. They're shooting at me.
Die when I don't need you.
Not the push res. He did it. You think my head shake, dude. My head hurts. Wait, was that the same Octane?
Name the weapon.
Was this a Loba? I think that was a Loba, right? I'm good, honestly. Not in a bad way, just I'm good. There it is. Wait, so that's not the original song? Yeah. That's crazy.
Ready and excited. Congratulations. You just called in the big guns.
Entropy is the natural order of the universe. I simply catalyze the process.
This is your champion.
My adversaries are in for a shock.
Reckon we crash land this puppy there.
Electricity I get. People.
Beauty of a view, eh? Let's rock and roll.
grappling.
Attention. First blood.
First blood.
Round one.
The cycle has begun.
Countdown.
Great, already inside the ring. I'm going to try to attack over there. Reloading.
Here comes the old knuckle cluster.
Last one down. That completes the triumvirate. Reloading.
Stand back, knuckle cluster's firing.
The enemies are shooting
Extended
at me.
heavy mag here. Three.
They're shooting at me.
Enemy shield.
Here comes the old knuckle. I'm down.
Recharging shields.
Not really playing good right now.
You are fortunate we are on the same team. My big death will last.
One more. Very low, very low. Nice.
You are fortunate we are on the same team.
Cheers for the help. I owe ya.
You are fortunate we are on the same team.
Every scar tells a story, mate. Enemy here. Let's go here.
After all that fighting, I still have more damage than that fuse. And he left me to die, dude.
Let's make some new friends and then destroy them.
The old phase and the new. I will use both to guide us.
Salvage. Loyal to the soil, blood to bone.
I'm about to hop off for a little bit.
I'm the Jump Master. Jump this way.
I'm Jump Master. Woo bloody who, you hooligans.
I say we land here. Battle lies below.
I could use that.
Get ready. It's zipline time.
Attention. There is a new kill leader.
I need a hop-up. Turbocharger.
You kill leader. Only thing they're leading is
Let's
my
explore
food
this.
to the
Enemy
estate.
spotted.
A champion has fallen.
Yeah, mate.
Using grapple.
Marvelous news. We're in the next ring.
Phoenix kit here.
Gotta hop up here. Skull piercer.
It's a roll through here.
Using grapple.
Care package on high.
Hostile spotted.
Yep, keen as a bean.
Fire on.
You follow through. Grenade is coming. Finally, something interesting.
Shield. Reload.
Recharging my shields, Guzzies.
Reloading.
Keep shooting at me. Open wide. Here comes the shot. Wrecking ball's going wild. Gotta drill some sense into you.
Reloading.
Reload.
Repairing. More friends are coming to kill us. Hey, watch out. Reloading. I have been downed.
Taking a
Go in here. You lot, get in behind.
Gotta start aiming.
Grappling.
Round 2. Beginning ring countdown.
Lucky us, we are already inside the ring. Let's hop in this gravity cannon.
Eyes to the skies. Replicator income. You fellas know the drill.
Half the squads remain. I got some materials for us. Yay!
Extended light mag here. Level 3.
I need a backpack.
Backpack here. Level 2.
Dibs. Granted. 1 minute, friends.
Medkit here.
Materials here.
Rings near and closing in 60. Plenty of time for mischief. Crafting. Do not bloody despair.
That. Fuck me, dude.
Grenade far. Got 45 till she closes.
Enemy over there.
Yeah, mate.
Grappling.
You kill leaders killed their way to the top. Respect. Drills hunting for eggs.
I'm repairing myself. Recharging shields. Line deployed. Let's go this way.
Got an enemy right here.
I forgot I had it 2 times.
Why? Here comes the drill. What a bunch of fancy fellas. We're already inside the next room. Just in human form there. Wipe them out.
Repairing.
Gun here.
an enemy.
Mean I killed, cuz?
Setting up a zipline. Not all of us are in the ring.
Replicator being delivered.
They're dropping a replicator.
Spotted an egg there.
Here I go.
Drill's hunting for eggs. Throw the thermite.
Let's move this way. Target spotted.
Drilling right through yous. None of the squad popping and say hi. That egg shield is crap.
Using grapple. The ring is in close proximity. Less We killed the last member. Good work, team.
Can't fight kill, mate.
Reloading.
Ring's near end and one close for you.
Ready? It's zipline time. One moment. Gotta use a phoenix.
Egg there. Let's smash him.
Use the gravity cannon here.
Yeah. Keen as a bean.
10.
Just another squad's attacking. Recharging my shields. We're in the movement. We don't seem to be in it. Care package dropping by for dinner.
What did he hit me with? I just gotta aim better there, dude.
Aki, over here.
We have our Apex champions.
끝내버리자.
I just polished my grapple.
Time to rock and roll, fellas.
My squad has each other's backs, so you better watch yours.
tu lado. Quiero olvidarte, yo no sé tú. Te pienso cantando en la multitud. Todo por tu cambio de actitud. Pero para mentir tienes virtud. Y el mood es escribirte de noche hasta que salga el sol. Mi amor, mírame bien. Dime en la cara que no me ames, eso está bien.
Hey everyone, it's me Meh, Community Manager for G-Loot. Today I'm going to be walking you through how brawls work on G-Loot. A brawl is a leaderboard challenge. Unlike tournaments, you don't compete against your opponents on the same server. G-Loot tracks your stats and places you on the leaderboard. Sign in to gloot.com and find the brawl you want to play. Check out which game mode you need to play in and what the goal is. For some games, you might need to link your Steam account to your G-Loot profile. Once you're ready, use a token to enter the brawl. You need to play a certain number of matches to join the leaderboard. This brawl needs at least 3 matches. Open the G-Loot tracker and start your game. For this brawl, I'll try to get as many kills as possible. Once you've played enough matches, your points will be added to the leaderboard. Only your best matches count. Think you can do better? No problem. Play more matches and try to increase your points. And that's it. Join G-Loot, download the tracker and enter a brawl, and then play your game. If you want to know more about G-Loot, visit our website or join the Discord community at discord.gg/Gloot.
Mañana dónde estarás no se sabe. Ojalá y el verano nunca se acabe. No se acabe.
Sin cadenas ni brillantes, solo tuyo por delante. Deberías escucharme. Todo lo que hice por ti no está pagado y ahora no hay Dios que te aguante. No me vuelvas a decir que yo he cambiado, que yo sigo como antes. Ya no paro para llamarte.
It's go time.
I cannot wait to win this match, friend.
Hold on to me, Coldy. This won't take a second.
Introducing your champion.
This is awesome. I'm the Jump Master.
Big,
I reckon we should go here.
Come get some. Doesn't get better than that. Heard that.
Let me pick up the gun. The bag.
Extended light mag here. Level 4.
Attention.
I'm out of heavy ammo.
Spitfire here. Good mid-range suppression.
First blood. Game bloody on, fellas.
I need a gun.
Round 1. Beginning ring countdown.
Great. Already inside the ring.
Pick up the gun.
Hostile spotted.
Firing. Reloading. Clown taken down. Serving him a knuckle sandwich. Reloading.
Enemy killed.
Reloading. Got us a new kill leader. Wouldn't mind saying g'day to him.
Enemy spotted.
Broke that enemy shield.
Spotted. Double timing it.
Reload. They're shooting at me. Tower's down. Fair income shot though.
I'm taking fire, friends. Recharging shield.
Pop and smoke.
Stand back. Knuckle clusters firing.
Not my day. Let me get off for a little bit.
Care package being delivered.
Just gonna get off. Maybe watch a little YouTube. You did a. Well, that was last year. It wasn't a recent one.
So anyways, where change love grows, come come and go. Sometimes I get overwhelmed, diving in over my head. Put my life on line for sale, put that wish up on the star. Put that money on myself. Sometimes I'm just by myself. Whole future, yes I am. Yes I am. The living God, yes I am. Yes I am. What my grandma dreamed of, what these bitches scream for, what the city scream for, what the city scream for. We having fun on this side, whole lot of love on this side. Know you wanna come on this side, know you wanna hop on this ride. We having fun on this side, whole lot of love on this side. Know you wanna come on this side, know you wanna hop on this. Let's go to the lake. Let's jump in it naked. We can escape, or we can leave this place. They took Nip, took X, just a hating ass nigga. Hope that I ain't next. But if it pleases God, I hope the shooter ain't best. Then I fly to better lands and never land like Sandra Bland. Earth to Olu. No, I ain't coming back. I think I hit the joint too hard, plus I'm tired of all this trash and shouted just text back. Told me, baby, just relax. I'm gonna be there in a minute. We'll make love and make it last. Yeah. And the bottle's on ice and the baby's mighty fine and the weeds in the sky. And tonight gonna be alright, cause we having fun on this side. Whole lot of love on this side. Know you wanna come on this side. Know you wanna hop on this ride. We having fun on this side. Whole lot of love on this side. Know you wanna come on this side. Know you wanna hop on this. 3 a.m. the only time that I can hear myself think. Why is every waking moment feeling more like a dream? Busta Reed by Ashy Nigga off on Campbellton Road. Walking proof for what can happen when you say what you mean. Just cause niggas rock your jersey don't mean they on your team. As you grow, decide who worthy of the presents you keep. I learned it early. Rick James, Charlie Murphy, I'm a product of the chillin' circuit. I'm a product of the nigga purchase. Drop bars like I'm losing service. Roll my R's when I feel exotic. I hit the blunt like a damn pinata. I caramba, I was a beast. Now I'm the jungle. Now I'm the wind. Now I'm the rain. The climate change. I crack a joke to hide the pain. It doesn't work. We scratch the surface. We tip the bird. Don't give a fuck. We not concerned. It could be worse. Let's go to the lake. Let's jump in it naked. We can escape, y'all. We can leave this place. We having fun on this side. Whole lot of love on this side. Know you wanna come on this side. Know you wanna hop on this ride. We having fun on this side. Whole lot of love on this side. Know you wanna come on this side. Once upon a time in the motherfucking West, I woke up to the stress and the TV's on my chest. 20 racks and $100 bills in the bed. God, if they come a knocking, they gon' have to take me down. Fucking right, come on over to this side. If you ain't scared, if you ain't bad, get the fuck back over there. What if I told you when I can show you pick a pill, blue or red? It don't matter your selection, they both coming at your check. Motherfucker, yeah, you next. I ride will never fall, I rise the morning star. I'm fly, I'm gon' get far on stage. I give you tears of the flesh, I give you life. These words will give you light. I'm deaf around the corner, barrels at your dome. Darkness pace the sky, no, I won't be denied. We was coming out the pocket, open mic, the cruise, rocket, hit them hoes up on the north side. Let dig off in the shock, another lap around the planet. Y'all been following the saga, turn the comma in the commas. Pray to God, he ain't forgot us. We having fun on this side, whole lot of love on this side. Know you wanna come on this side, know you wanna hop on this ride. We having fun on this side, whole lot of love on this side. Know you wanna come on this side, know you wanna hop on this side.
How can I love somebody else if I can't love myself enough to know when it's time to let go? Sing. All I really want is to be happy. Oh, yeah. To find a love that's mine, it will be so sweet. All I really want is to be happy. I wanna be happy. To find a love that's mine, it will be so sweet.
I know
inside my jeans. She want my heart with the lie. She wanna throw away the key. She make love, she don't hit for. Gang, gang, gotta throw in the beats. She like, boy, don't do me wrong. Just Birkin, proud of me. Hey, it's talkers as they come, but I really love her. Got out here compete with my baby mother. Brought her a new car, I be on the bumper. Nah, she can't see me leaving, she like Stevie Wonder. Late 20s, but with me, she feel hella younger. Sugar daddies try to get her, she don't give a number. She need a vacay, she been dancing all summer. Put you on a jet to Cabo, baby, I'm a stunner. I'm the plumber, get it wet, I clean it up. Got designer for every season, keep her seasoned up. Don't post me on no Insta, gotta keep me tough. Treat her like a queen, her friends think I mean as fuck. But when it come to pain, she run the meds. So don't break her heart, you gotta break her bed. Ayy, kid, that pussy, her shit dead. Butt naked in bed, did what she said. All I really want is to be happy. Cool with my brother. We be doing our thing with no Danny Glovers. Like fuck about to have 2 baby mothers. Before you get dressed, I'll hit you on the dresser. I'm out here giving love, pain, and pleasure. Less is more, I don't never stress her. Tell her she a bad bitch, nothing lesser. But she confused, she want titles and I tell her nah. She confused, us together is what she saw. She confused, cause I love her, so that's what she thought. She confused, and that's cause I be in it raw. She confused, and she telling me it's my fault. I said I love her, then I point out things that I brought. Like you knew from the gate, I have family, I won't shake, so stop being fake. Tears fall from her face when I talk. All I really want is to be happy. To find a love that's mine. And I apologize, you told me what it was when you signed up, baby. All I really want is to be happy. I wanna be
tell you, like, yeah, you had that can wine, or you had that can dance, and I'm just meaning like, she just lets herself be free.
True say Bob never realized. Got that Capri Sun energy, yeah. Where's the grind up on in your area? Let's start it again, boom boom. Take us when you can't find the one top. But everybody wants to send off for my love. Sticky sweet, I'm on the beat like a killer. A killer, a killer. Don't stop, heavy, that beat. Don't stop, don't stop. Switch it up and don't stop. I ain't not throw it like a tantrum. Don't stop, heavy, let's start it again.
Strong grip, gripping on my body.
You can hold it,
Never stop, I am in a body.
you control it.
Not enough, just a little more.
'Cause you want this.
Eyes wide shut, we can rock till the morning. Peppy got an itch, I could pacify. Tell me when, tell me where, I can meet your body
Got that
fine.
Capri Sun energy, yeah. Got that Capri Sun energy, yeah.
Don't stop, backtrack if you wanna tap that. Real steady, in fact, can you even handle that? My gap never lacks, summer for the season. Spicy hot body, ready for the evening.
Don't feel like I could be with a girl and she can't dance.
Let's start it again. Oh, you saw that fine, we bump and grind and twirl. My champagne bubble up, my champagne bubble girl.
Yeah. Hey. Yeah, partially functional. Half of me is comfortable. The other half is close to the cliff, like Mrs. Huxtable. These boys got them hostess and clips. They pack like Lunchables, like white boys in grade school. While we ate school-made food, just eyeing they.
I'm so grateful that you're allowing me to be useful. And when I look at this Me Too environment, there's not a whole lot of dudes that are taking accountability. You know, I fucked up bad,
Every morning
like
that
crash
I
and
drop
burn
my
type
kids off
shit.
at
Hurt a lot of
school.
people, and I'm fully aware of that. And I'm gonna owe for the rest of my life, And I also don't have that feeling about the woman who's accused me all this shit like I did in the beginning. When it first landed, I thought, man, you know, there was I wanted to hit Twitter and be like, look, I got receipts, this, that, but this, but not that, but this, but not that. And the reality is, all of that shit is unimportant. The reality is that she saved my fucking life, dude.
Wow.
Yeah. So she's like some kind of sage, or like I don't know. She's a saint for me, because had she not intervened in my life and not created the avenue for me to experience ego death, I'd either have a really mediocre existence or I'd be dead in full. And you know, I had no love in my life. I had no purpose in my life. My whole purpose, as you know, was just craft. It was just, I'm gonna be good at this thing, and that's all that I have. The only thing I care about in life is being a good actor. And that's such a vapid, shallow existence. And 3 emotions that I toggled between, which was I would feel anxiety, depression, and excitement. And I thought excitement was joy, and I thought lack of depression was serenity.
Peace, yeah.
And I had no spiritual life. I had I was bankrupt spiritually. I thought my whole spirituality was this craft. Because other than smoking weed and drinking, the only spiritual experience I ever felt was on set. You know, that's the only time my perspective would shift and change, and it's the only time I ever felt useful. And so I'm on a spiritual growth path. I'm on an excavation. I'm picking it up, cleaning it up, putting it back. You know, I didn't just hurt that woman. The kind of shame my wife has to walk around with, you know, the pain that came to the people I was working with creatively. Even I built this, like, me and Bo built like something really special downtown, and all them kids, you know, I just failed a lot of people. And so when I say I'm gonna owe, it's not just her. I owe a lot of people. And so the reason I wanted to do this, and the reason why I felt like celestial mathematics when you hit me up, was it's not a lot of places I can go talk, period, you know? And I guess old me would have looked at this like, oh, well, this is an opportunity for you to, like, speak your piece. But really the only thing I want to do is, like, give dudes who fuck up hope.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
What can this achieve? Who can this touch? Victim, perpetrator, someone lost, someone who's trying to be found.
Yeah, all that.
Who on that path? Pain is an adhesive, bro. If you've been through it, you can connect to people, period, end of story. The first thing I just think, like, look, man, I haven't seen you in a long time, bro. And I want to talk about that.
Yeah.
The first thing I just need to ask you, man, is I need to ask you about your child.
Yeah.
I need to ask you about your baby, bro.
Yeah.
Yo, man, tell me about your baby.
I mean, she is the most dynamic spark of life and most magical. It's a game changer, dog. You know, like you would always talk about your kid, and I was like, yeah, well, I've had a dog, as though them like as though these loves are like anywhere near what you experience when you have a kid. But this was all tied in too. Like, it came at a time when, you know, me and my girl been in love for a long time, but I didn't really know it. You know, I didn't really know what love was till all this shit hit the fan and she was still around. I thought she was in love with me because of what I could offer. I didn't know that when I had shit, jack all, fuck all, nothing to offer, she would still love me. So I didn't really know what love was, right? That's one. And out of this, like, newfound discovery of real love in my life, this kid, you know, and I'm not gonna pretend like I done figured it all out. It's such a mystery, you know.
What scares you?
What scares me is, like, if nobody tells you about the first 3 weeks, you know, the first 3 weeks, man. I remember changing the diaper.
Yeah.
You know, I've been hanging out with monks for 9 months, and I came out of monastery, and I've been in rehab for 3 months, and I've been working, you know, been outside for a while, and so I thought I had, like, things dialed in, like I could press the pause button. But when you're changing a diaper, and you change it, and then you put it back on, she shits again. And then you change it again, and she shits again. And it's 3 a.m, you ain't slept for 4 days. And you're on it's the third iteration of shit, and you're sitting there at the table, and you change it one more time, and you say to yourself, if you shit one more time, I'm gonna jump out the fucking window. Like, I'm done, right? And you're looking at your kid, and you're just thinking, how? How am I gonna get through this? And you put the 4th diaper on and she doesn't shit, it feels like a miracle. It feels like God is hugging you. Like, I got you, bro. So I don't know if I'm infusing a bunch of stuff, but there's some kind of incredible genius in my child, but she's testing me, and she's forcing me to give up on me.
Yeah, that's right.
Which is what I need.
Way more important.
Yeah, I mean,
way bigger.
Obviously way more important, but it also feels like some kind of weird reset button.
For sure.
Like, I know that I'm never gonna be the dude I was in front of this woman, you know, and I know that I'm never gonna treat my wife the way that I treated her around this woman. It's almost like having the ultimate parole officer. Yeah. It's like the ultimate probation officer. I've never looked down on having a probation officer. I need somebody to keep me accountable. Because freedom without guidelines and limitations is fucking madness. You know, if I strip you naked and throw you in the ocean, you'll be free, but you won't enjoy it. You know, I need guidance, and my kid is serving as some kind of ultimate, like
North Star?
Yeah, for sure, North Star, but more than that, first of all, my kid is so fucking joyful. Like, she's just always, I've been around doctors, and maybe all doctors say this, but, like, I've been around doctors saying, like, this is the most joyful kid I've ever been around.
Right.
You know, she's raised in complete love, and my wife is such a good mother. She's a part of a new purpose that I didn't have. You know, I was living for myself, and when you're holding a baby, like, baby don't care about none of your shit, you know.
Like, what do you think being a good dad is? What do you gotta bring to the table?
I'm honest.
Yep.
I'm loyal. I'm willing. I'm open,
curious,
super curious, and I'm learning how to be a man of principles.
Give voice to what you're scared of and what you're worried about being a dad, and what you think you need to focus on, and what you're worried about with your relationship with her for the future.
I'm not worried about much anymore. Like, I don't live in fear. I don't have a bunch of worry like that.
What do you need to work on?
Yeah, there's a lot I need to work on. First off, just in terms of having a daughter and knowing your daughter is one day gonna search your name in a search engine and see that, you are a deplorable, disgusting piece of shit. And that shit hits, And so I have from now until she's literate to create a relationship with her where she knows me more than this idea of who I am in the public,
When that hits, like you say, because it's funny, man, I just went through something like that with my kids, because my kids can fucking read now, you know what I mean? And what's there, man? Do you see an opportunity in that?
Yeah.
What is it?
I picture for myself a Christmas with a bunch of people I done helped.
There you go.
That's what I envision for myself. It's not, I used to judge my worth by the films and stuff, and like I think about my Christmases during that whole path. It was just so fucking solitary and lonely. Or it'd be like this new girl and that. I mean, it was always like some, like, very intangible,
vapid,
no intrinsic value. Nobody that could like. I imagine that there's dudes I'm working with now that I got 597 days of this program I'm in, and I got monks at my house. I look around sometimes at my house, even now, and I think, what?
Yeah.
Like, how? How did this happen?
Yeah.
And I think it's the relationships. I think my daughter will be able to, when it does come time for her to be able to assess who her father is, she'll see a man who failed, was a sinner, was honest about it,
That's it.
took accountability for it, and then made course corrections.
That's it. Changed,
and then gave his life to something bigger than himself and found solace in a program of principles, service, love. That's where I'm aiming at. So I think it'll be a Christmas one day where she just wakes up and goes, damn, Dad's got a lot of friends. Who are these people? And my mommy will say, like, Dad had a hand to play in, like, these people finding the same thing he found. That's what I'm hoping for,
Not if, but when she falls, because everybody does, man.
Sure.
You're going to be able to talk about it with her, and you're going to be able to be there with her.
The reason I've always connected to you is because, you have depth and weight, because you done fell on your fucking face, and then got back up and kept it moving. And, this is people who haven't gone through that. They don't have depth and weight to the message that they have to share. They can tell you all about what to do and how you're supposed to do it. But very few people have the life experience. And this child is a big part of that. There's a lot of miracles that have taken place in my life just in this short period of time that takes me out of this belief phase into like, oh, I can touch it.
Solid.
Yeah, this feels very real. And I played with faith. When we did Fury, I was toiling with faith, but it was all like the purpose was performative.
What was it's about intentionality.
Right.
Right? To be good in a movie.
Right.
Not to save yourself or save somebody else.
And when I'd fucked up in the past, it's like, you get a call from Brad Pitt, what fuck up? There wasn't no calls this time.
Yeah.
My mother didn't talk to me this time, Nobody, all my friends became acquaintances.
The antithesis of being a friend is walking away. I am not going to walk away. Like, I am always going to love you. I am always going to support you. That being said, the things that, this person said, like, I can't fuck with that.
For
and
sure.
like what you said, you were right, man. Like, I fucking hurt people in my life, like, I know what that is. I know what it's like to be in that valley. I know what it's like to be left behind. I don't know what it's like, to put my hands on a woman, or for a woman to say I put my hands on her. And that's something but no matter what the case is, my job as your friend is to, in whatever way you allow me to, or you allow me to be a part of that process, is to make sure, one, you never do it again, make sure, two, that you're in a healthy process, and number three, that I'm a support system for why you're going through that. So I guess my question with that is, man, is like, where, I mean, you answered it a little bit, but where are you, and what do you, for people who support you and love you, like, what do you want to say to them?
Yeah, I mean, I got amends to make. I got a long list of people that I need to make amends to. And so what I want to say to those people is I get it. You know, it doesn't seem, you know, when it first hit, it was like, you know, I wanted to air it out and talk about specifics, and like, none of it really matters. You know, I hurt that woman, you know, and in the process of doing that, I hurt many other people, and many other people before that woman. You know, I was living my life, I was a pleasure-seeking, selfish, self-centered, dishonest, inconsiderate, fearful human being, and I was operating on a survival instinct. I wasn't operating as a friend. I didn't actually, all my loves and friendships were transactional. You know, I fucked with you because we worked together and I experienced great pleasure in that working situation. You know, when I look back at the friendships, people who dipped or don't talk to me, these were also part of the same kind of transactional relationships. I didn't actually understand what love was. You know, I didn't know what friendship was. I'm not trying to do a pity party thing. I was raised very specifically in my father would tell me stuff like, you know, your life is your life, son. You know, if you want to have a good life, you got to work real hard. You got to get into a good school. You got to get a good job. That'll lead to a good relationship. You have a kid and you put that kid in a good school, and, you know, it's all up to you. And so that kind of, it forced me into a position in my life where I was God. I was the person who was making shit happen, and I was using people like I was in a laboratory measuring shit and like quite controlling. I mean, you know how I am on set too. You know, the way I was operating on set was the actor is the poet. You know, like you're in a solitary, you're on your own like journey. That's a bunch of nonsense, but this is what I was living in. It's the shit I came up with, you know. The actors that I looked up to, the art that I was inspired by, they moved like the actor is the poet. I was moving like in my life like I was that way.
Right.
That does something to the way you operate in the world. Yeah. Some people are attracted to it because that confidence is attractive, and it feels comforting to be around somebody who you think knows something. It's attractive. It calms my own insecurity to be around a person who is fully acquainted and acclimated to their craft or their mission in life. When somebody's really confident in something, it's nice to be around that energy because it feels like guidance. It feels like you can lean on it.
Yeah, they got to figure it out.
They got to figure it out, right? So I get why I empathize with why my way of doing shit was attractive then. And I remember who you were on that set. I remember how fearful, how deeply insecure, you know, and
For sure.
and the way that you were moving on that show specifically.
For sure.
And the yearnings for David to hit you with certain compliments and shit. Like, you know, you needed validation from him,
For sure.
from us, from Kevin, more so from Kevin, you know, and like the military dudes, you constantly needed them to co-sign all your shit all the time. And I empathize with that, but that's not who I was. I was not that way in life. The way that I felt about craft and life in general was, I don't give a fuck what you think, you know? I don't care what you think about me. I had come from an environment with very little cheerleading going on. And so I created a sort of survival instinct where I would cut people out, you know, and minimize opinions. And the way that I would do that is I had to believe that my opinion was greater than everybody else's opinion around me. I remember talking shit to Spielberg. I mean, there was no director who ever directed me, you know, and I used to be proud of that. This is what I mean, like the things that I looked up to and romanticized was I came up on a certain kind of music, a certain kind of culture, boss shit. You know, the guys I looked up to were not asking you what you thought. I thought there was something sexy and punk rock about like these islands, these men who were islands.
Untouchable.
Yeah.
Is that possible? Is it possible to be that?
It's nonsense.
Yeah.
It's just not real. It's fiction. It's not a real thing.
It's a blanket, right? I mean, it's armor.
I listen to Mickey Rourke interviews and I think, damn, bro, it's a sad boy. You scared man. You're so fucking scared, you know? And there's a lot of this tough guy armor shit, and I get it, you know? And I love Mickey Rourke. You know, he gives me hope. When you see a dude go for 12 years no craft and then come out and do the wrestler, a guy like me who's in my position looks up to shit like that. It gives me hope. It makes me feel inspired. Like, all right, if I'm patient for 12 years, maybe one day, guys like me in my position need stories like that. And simultaneously, I listen to his interviews and I go, there's no evolution here. You're still shitting on Tom Cruise, bro. Like, why? And it's insecurity, you know, and I was that way. I was so competitive. My acting wasn't collaborative. It was competitive. It was a sport. And my life was this way. And this is what created the insecurity and the jealousy that put hands on this woman. The man that was involved in that relationship was constantly comparing himself to other people. And I was a dishonest person in that I was wearing this mask. You know, I've gotten cold sores my whole life. Got them from my mother. I get 2 cold sores a year when I'm stressed out or I'm sick. I never told any of my sexual partners about getting cold sores. Never. And that's something, when you talk about like, how do you talk to these people who you done fucked over? Like, there's certain shit you can't clean up. You know, you can't make amends for permanent damage like that, you know? And so my daughter now has become this opportunity for me, you know, and every woman in my purview has become an opportunity for me to be like a stand-up dude. I used to open doors for women. I used to, you know, I was a good dude that way, but it was almost performative. It was almost like, I'll do this good thing so you can think I'm a good dude. But like in my own private life, when the doors were closed, I never told any woman I had cold sores, you know? And so that's deplorable behavior, you know? When a woman would like me, it felt like so fucking foreign that I didn't want to fuck it up. And I always thought that a woman being into me was tied to this business. So like, I think about why the business and the industry was so important for me, and it really has almost very little to do with the craft itself and the spiritual nature of what the craft can be. For a great swath of time, it had to do with, this is how I define myself. This is where I build my ego so that I can go in and pursue these things that will, these feelings that will absolve me from the very real feeling that is continual loneliness and the feeling of being not enough and the feeling of constantly comparing yourself to other people. And what that does in a relationship is it makes you controlling and fearful and manipulative. To not tell somebody you get cold sores twice a year is a heinous manipulation, you know? But I never came up with a dude who was like, hey, this is how you navigate that situation. Nobody hit me the game like, hey, bro, you know, if you're really in love, you can have open conversations about uncomfortable shit and really get to like another kind of connection you don't even know about.
Or if somebody was trying to tell you weren't in a place to receive it anyways. I mean, maybe somebody tried.
I wasn't.
You know? And I get, look, you said, whether it was through, you know, drinking or whatever the fuck it was, that you hurt people that are close to you. That really resonated with me, man. And I'm just wondering.
I mean, people who put their whole shit on the line to like bring me back from the fire. You know, Alma Harrell is a great example of a person who, she took a gamble on me. You know, I was in rehab when we started having a conversation. I got arrested in Georgia for fighting with a cop, wound up in rehab, and didn't hear a damn thing about God, spirituality, personal growth, accountability. My whole, as soon as I got to rehab, was let me get back to this hustle. So I started writing a script in rehab. That's how fucking mad I was. I wasn't listening to no therapy. I had been therapized my whole life that it felt like, you want me to focus on the problem? Well, how am I gonna hack this focusing on the problem thing? And how am I gonna find my way back to this fucking hustle so I can get back to my ego? Because really all I cared about was my ego. I didn't give a fuck about getting well. You know, it was all about get well for you, get well for the camera, get well. And so, you know, Honey Boy was born in this kind of toxic milieu of false recovery masked as some kind of like upliftive product, and she was in on it because she thought that it was, I mean, I don't know what her motivations were, but it felt like she was doing kind of what you're doing here. when the conversation first started with Alma, it was like, man, we got to get to the root of what the fuck is going on here. You know, something wrong with you. You know, let's get well.
It was out of love. It was out of love. Like, y'all fucked with each other. You made stuff together. I love you. What can we do?
It wasn't let's build a product. It wasn't fetishizing product when we first. She didn't. It wasn't like I was in an environment where she's like,
Academy Award.
Yeah, let me go hit you up for a script idea. It wasn't that. She hit me up like, hey, I'm in the same. I'm living a principled life also. Maybe you should get involved in this thing. And immediately I was on as a matter of fact, here's a fucking 60-page monologue I wrote about my dad while I was doing this fourth step, and right away it was almost like I manipulated her into directing this movie, and then that put me in a situation where I was even sicker, because then self-will is run riot in full, because now I'm at Sundance. We just done one Sundance, and I'm like thinking that I can that I'm the ultimate manipulative master. And I was telling other people who would come to me after seeing that movie, asking me about how to help, and I would tell them, well, you just got to paint with your pain, and all this fucking nonsense. It just wasn't. I had no spiritual life, none.
The fact that your spiritual life at that point was bankrupt, and the fact that came out of a transactional, less than weak part of you, if that's what you're saying here.
Yeah.
Is it still possible that through the art that you made, that it inspired people or helped people? It still could have.
Oh, I know it has.
Fair enough. Okay.
And I don't think, and I don't want to get too spiritual, too much God talk in here, because I know that it landed like on deaf ears when I wasn't ready. But God uses people in many ways, and I've interacted with people, and Alma has interacted with people who that movie has had a hand in helping them find their way back to the route. And that's very fulfilling. So I can't deny that craft and art is a huge instigator in people. When you think about Catholicism in full, beauty is a huge part of the religion.
That's right.
Art has a huge hand in evangelizing people and bringing them to God. And
Absolutely. But there's also been some real toxicity and some morally bankrupt things that use that art in order to draw people in for own personal gain and for weak parts of those people.
Which is where I was.
And I think, man, it's when I think about you, you have this ability to inspire and to galvanize and ignite people. You can make people feel enormously strong and powerful and joyous. I've also seen you humiliate people.
Yeah.
I've seen you completely destroy the joy in an environment. And that's and I think these things, they're cousins, man. Like, you cannot have one without the other, and it is a constant. I think it is a constant work. It is a constant mission. If you're going to try to walk the path where you're trying to live for positivity, you're trying to bring people up, because that doesn't go away. That shit will never ever go away.
For sure.
It's constant work.
Yeah.
And the thing that I was tripping out on is you saying how you hurt people close to you. That's also I we've talked about it. I definitely understand what it's like to hurt people. I've hurt people. I've hurt people in ways I'm disgusted with myself for what I've done.
Yeah.
I haven't hurt people that are close to me. I can't imagine what that's like. And I want to know, first, I guess I want to know, how does that feel? Do you know that you're doing that while you're doing it? And what is the realization? Like, what does that feel like to know you've done that, or to know you're doing that?
Yeah, I mean, so there's two perspectives on it. There's where I am now and who I was then.
Yeah.
And I've had to do a lot of inventory on what was motivating this perspective.
Yep.
I come from and this isn't a boohoo shit either, but I know abandonment. I know deuces. And I would test relationships, and as a way of finding a barometer. I'd also I would hurt people just out of straight selfishness. No, there's no intellectual facet to it. Just the fact that, the fact that I cheated on every woman I'd ever been with. The fact that directors who put me on, who took me from nothing and put me on, I eviscerated in public life. Even on set, when I would sense weakness in another person on the other side of a scene, I would lean in. I wouldn't try to uplift nobody. I would try to lean in. And it was this constant trying to define myself in the world. It has to do with not feeling enough. All of this comes from fear. Just when I I didn't understand masculinity in full. You know, what I know masculinity to be now is stability. You know, and you can't really have stability if you're running shit. Because if you're just a dude, like, you know how infinitesimally fucking small we don't even know how deep Lake Michigan is.
Right,
you know,
right,
like,
right.
what are you really running? You're running nothing.
Right.
And so this idea that if you're bossing your life, you're always going to be in a tremendous amount of fear. And that
In
fear,
denial, right? In denial. It's
you
just
have
not
to.
real.
Yeah, you have to.
it's
You
not real.
have to deny anybody else's God. You have to deny God in full, and you have to, you know, you fall into this like Sam Harris, Christopher Hitchens hole, where you're trying to intellectualize everything and rationalize everything.
You're fragile, dude. We're all fragile. We're all,
But then you get caught up with, like, you know, I hung out with like philosophers and shit. You know, I would backstop all my shit with like these philosophies and like fucking words. You know, play these word spells on people, and was using like performance art to like create this. You know, running word spells. You know, just a bunch of fucking nonsense. Really, at the end of the day. That all had to do with the same thing that hurt people. It was all about, my propulsion system was fucked. My motivations behind the way I was living my life was wrong. You know, I had to get a new propulsion system. I wasn't looking at life like, how can I be useful to other people? I wasn't looking to be of service to nobody, even including a director. I listen to Ethan Hawke sometimes, you know, do interviews about how he looks at the craft, and he's always talking about, like, my job is just to be in service of the director. And that's like foreign to me.
Yeah.
You know, I remember being in service to a director and getting fucked over. I remember doing movies with certain dudes who like led me down a weird path, and looking back at the project thinking like, nah, man, I was right all along. You were wrong. And then I stopped listening to any kind of director, you know, and that innocent dude who came into the industry with all this wild, wide-eyed wonderment, that disappeared pretty quick. And then it became like, I got around some dudes who I saw work a very specific way, and I thought the answer to this having to rely on the infallible man that is the director is you just don't listen to the director and you just do your own shit, because trust your instincts, buddy, because you're God. I remember calling my manager and saying, like, what do you mean? I'm God. You know, this is really where I was at, because I thought my craft was God. I thought love, art, and God all meant the same thing to me.
And to somebody who's because I understand you're looking at it from two different perspectives. It's where you're at now and where you were going through it. So for somebody who may be going through that right now, or for somebody who, you know, maybe is close to somebody who is going through that, were there ever times of empathy? Were there ever times of realization? Were there ever times of shame when you're like, fuck, I just hurt that person? What would you say to that dude?
I'll tell you like this. I remember being in Georgia when I was doing this movie with this kid, Zach. You were there for part of it.
Yeah.
And I remember getting arrested.
Yeah.
And I remember getting out of jail the next day, and I remember sitting down with Zach, and there were moments of like lucid articulation from this man. And this happened to be one of them. And he said, you know, this is my one shot. You make movies all the time, but this is my one shot, and you're ruining it for me. And to say that you don't feel that when it lands is not true. I felt it deeply, but it's what you do with that feeling. You know, do you change? And I didn't. You know, I would always I always had an inch left. I always had some fucking wiggle room. Every time I would fuck up, there was always some wiggle. There was always a Brad Pitt on the phone. There was always some, like, you know, Sundance Award.
Some next project.
There was always Alma. There was always there was always wiggle room to get back into ego. And this time, there wasn't no wiggle room. That's why I attribute this woman with saving my life, because she destroyed any route towards that wiggle.
That's real.
It is real.
Rock fucking bottom.
Rock bottom. Bottom isn't when you experience the worst moment of your life.
Definitely
Bottom
not.
is when you change.
That's right. It's when you actually, it's when you touch it, when you smell it, when it's right on your face.
Yeah,
and you feel it.
and
it's not about severity of what the thing is. It's about
it's about what you do with it once it happens. So like, once it happened, I mean, when it landed, I forgot how to breathe. You know, because the subtext of the email was, your hustle's over. You know, and I forgot how to breathe. And the next thing I did after 2 minutes of sitting there, staring at a computer screen, was I went and loaded up a gun and sat at my table and was gonna kill myself. I was out of here. I didn't know what to do anymore. Like, all my ideas had failed, and I sat there for 2 minutes thinking, where's the wiggle room? I'd already used
What's my play?
Yeah, what's the play? And there were no options. It was like, there was nowhere to go. It's not like I could go outside and get a Choco Taco and chill on the, you know, people driving down the street, rolling down the window like, fuck off and die, you know? This is where I was in the early days of this shit. So I didn't even want to leave my house. And I had a woman living in my house who wasn't my wife. And I was on my way to go do some movie I didn't give a fuck about, you know, just like momentum building kind of shit, you know, movies, no intrinsic value, just like I need something on the cards, you know, for this year. I need my 2 or 3 projects, one of these things. And I felt disconnected from all of it. And I wound up getting emails from certain dudes who, like you, were still involved in my life, even when it got ugly, you know, when it got chunky. One of those dudes was Sean Penn. And Sean's like, you need to call Brolin. And I called Brolin, and he told me he was going to this meeting online. Now, the gun is loaded. Like, I haven't left my sitting position, you know? And I wound up signing on to this meeting, and I heard one of the dudes who was speaking that night say, if you're new and you just entered, you know, you don't have everything you want right now, but you got everything you need right now.
Wow.
Now. And he did that for like 2 minutes. And the first minute I'm thinking, you can't spend the whole rest of your share just snapping your fingers and saying now. Like, this shit is ludicrous. And I went into this judgment, which is what my alcoholism sounds like. It sounds like criticality. It sounds like judgment. And so I'm in my judgment, like, you better say, and a gun is right here. I'm like, you better say something that's really gonna get me the fuck out of where I'm at. And after 2 minutes, like, I felt like a giggle start to rise inside of me, and I felt something like presence. I stopped thinking about the email, stopped thinking about my hustle. The gun almost disappeared, and it was like I'm sitting here on this Skype call, and I'm present for the first time in my life. Yeah, and I want to write in the dude in the chat box like, hey, bro, you know, I'm on the verge. You know, I'm about to kill myself. He's like, oh, okay, cool. Call me tomorrow. Just like throwaway, you know. And I needed that. I had been enabled for so long in my life that if it was going to be me walking into this program and having a bunch of dudes pat me on the back like, hey, man, welcome home. We're glad you're here. I'd have been out again, because then it would have been more wiggle room. But the guy that I wound up running into was not having it. And he said, hey, man, meet me on the beach tomorrow. And I wound up here at Tower 10, and he said, I need you to get on your knees. And I'm like, I'm not getting on my knees. He's like, cool, deuces. He started walking away. I'm thinking, oh, fuck. But it also reified this, like, you don't care. Like, you care, but not in that way. You know, you're not going to pat me on my back. And I said, okay. I was so willing at this point because I was in so much fucking pain. And he said, get on your knees. And I get on my knees. He gets on his knees with me. So right away, it's no longer like this power play. We're like collaborating in this. And he says, I need you to stop the waves. And I'm like, man, listen, this Dr. Quinn medicine woman version of this shit ain't gonna work with me. You know, like, I get how this goes. He's like, you're either gonna write what happens, or you're gonna do a bunch of shit that you don't believe in so that your life changes. Because your issue is that you need to rationalize everything. And you're out of options, son. Like, what? If not this, what? And he was right. And so I started saying, you know, stop waves. And he's like, louder, man. Stop waves. And he got up off of his knees and he started walking away. And I looked back and he's like, nah, keep going. And he's like, keep saying it again. I say, stop waves. He's like, louder, bro. They're all the way over there. You're all the way over here. Stop them waves, man. And now I'm yelling. And I'm having like an emotional, it almost feels performative now. Yeah, now I'm like back in my bag. Yeah, back to like the manipulating, hustling, like wiggle room finding. This. Yeah, watch this. Boom. Let me, and then I'm crying and I'm, stop waves. You know, like I'm in the middle of like the greatest monologue of my life on this beach, you know.
Stanley Kowalski and shit.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And he puts his hand on my shoulder and he goes, you can stop all that, which made me like giggle, you know? I started giggling, and then he stood up and he put his hand on my left shoulder and put his hand on my right shoulder, and he said, welcome to AA. And it did something to me that felt like it felt like warrior shit. You know, I didn't know, it felt like man code, like G shit. It didn't feel like fluffy, cute shit, book reading, sitting in a, it felt like
you're on a mission.
Yeah, it felt purposeful. And it felt sexy, to be honest with you. Sexy in the way that listening to Kevin Vance feels sexy to a young man who feels like a boy. It felt so rooted. And it wasn't emotional, it wasn't performative, he wasn't trying to manipulate me, but it was kind of hokey, and like the knights in shining armor kind of hokiness that like made me feel like a little kid again. And he said, I need you to go home and clear out, like clear the decks. And I'm like, nah, man, like for me, and I don't know if you felt this way, but every woman was the one for me. There was never a two. If you liked me, you were the one. Yeah. and that had to do with my insecurity and my fear. Like I didn't have there was no 2 or 3, or I was just dating like frivolously. It was always like this grand hair climbing up the super emotional, super romantic, super this fierce romance, you know, that I was searching for, desperate little boy shit. And he said, you got to clear the decks. And I'm like, I don't know if I can do that, man. You know, I feel like she's the one. And he's like giggling to himself, you know. This isn't my wife. My wife is not involved in my life at this point. And I got this one who's not the one who accused me of this shit, and she's just another person who's been trapped in my sphere of influence. And she's living in my house. And he's like, well, look, man, I'll tell you what, you know, you can keep doing it your way, or you can try some new shit, because the way that you're living, you're fucked. You're fully fucked. You're doomed, is what he said. You're doomed. That was the word. And I flipped to this page. He made me flip to this doctor's opinion we got in our book. And in the doctor's opinion, is how our book starts, it mentions the word doomed. And he's like, this isn't like another AA guy. This is a doctor telling you you're doomed if you don't figure this shit out. And he goes, to put it in perspective, if you went to Kaiser Permanente right now, and they sat you down and put your, you know, x-rayed you and put your x-ray up on a light board, and you're looking at a picture of your clavicle, and the doctor said, hey man, you see that gray spot just above your chest cavity? You're doomed. What would happen to you is your asshole would suck, you would fucking start sweating bullets, and you wouldn't be thinking about the job that you got to get to, or the girl you got to hold on to, or where you're going to go for Father's Day, or you immediately, your whole life would get very small, and the only rational response to that kind of information is, well, what do I do? And if I told you to staple a dog's dick to your fucking chin and walk up and down the street picking up cigarette butts, you would do it. You wouldn't ask me why or whether you believe in it or nothing. You go look for a dog, you know? And so that made sense to me. He puts me in a car. He says, I need you to listen to this Sandy Beach tape. Now, at this point in my life, like I'm like barely hanging on. And I'm using this woman like drugs, you know. Every time I need validation, I'm with this woman, and she becomes what the mask of success that the job created for me, which kept me from like really looking at myself. She became that for me in the interim. And he's like, you got to get rid of all of it, you know. There is no more work and no more romance for a year. You're gonna have to give me a year. And I'm thinking like, I'm not gonna be able to pull that off, you know. And right away, I'm half measuring, and this is my wiggle room. I can't. And he says, I need you to download this tape, this Sandy Beach tape. Sandy Beach is a big speaker. And in this
what was the speech?
Yeah, the speech was, he was talking about this Chinese farmer. And this Chinese farmer and his son, they're picking radishes about the ground. And they don't own the land that they're farming off of. And they're barely subsisting. They're giving
was there anything
70%
for
to
like
the
FedEx
landowner.
there?
They're living off of 30% of these radishes. Their whole financial legacy is tied up into this workhorse. And one day, and the son is really working the land because the man is too old. And one day the workhorse runs up off the hill. He just fucks off. He's up the hill. And the son runs into the house and he shakes his dad up and he says, Dad, you're not gonna believe this is a travesty. We're gonna die out here. I can't get these radishes to grow unless I turn this land over, and I can't move that hoe without the horse, and the horse is gone. This is a nightmare. And the old man, nonplussed, looks at his son. He goes, I don't know what this is, son. I don't know if it is a nightmare. I can't call it. And the son thinks his dad's out to lunch, or like ambivalent, or something's wrong, or he's too old. And a couple days later, with 50 wild stallions behind it. And they run into the paddock, and he locks the paddock, and he runs inside, and he hits the dad. He's like, man, this is